Again, there's a variety of ways of doing these problems over here. I want to start off with doing it the way that some students might prefer doing it, but you really have to develop your own preferences. Let me just write it down for you. It's minus 1/4 equals 2/3 of an x plus 3/8. If I were looking at those denominators, you're looking at the denominators of 4, 3, and 8, and the least common multiple between those denominators is going to be 24. So that's what's known as an LCD, all right? What I'm going to do here is multiply both sides by the LCD, which is 24. Now on the left side, it's not so bad because 4 goes into 4 one time, and it goes into 24 6 times. So you're left off with minus 6. Let's do the right side, though, a little more complicated. It's 24 times 2/3 of an x plus 24 times 3/8. 3 goes into 3 once, goes into 24 8 times. So what do you get over there? Minus 6. Well, 8 times 2 is 16. You get 16x. Let's do the next term. 8 goes into 8 once, goes into 24 3 times. So you get 9. Now, what do you do now? You subtract 9 from both sides. And what do you get? Minus 15 equals 16x. Now, what do? Divide both sides by the variable's numerical coefficient. And what do you get over there? Minus 15 over 16. X. This is the answer. All right? That's my preference. That's their preference as well, SAGE's. Let me do it a little differently. And, I always say you don't have to do it differently. You need to find a way that you're comfortable. And I'm hoping your teachers are kind of flexible in allowing you to do a variety of ways of doing this over here. All right? So I'm going to write it down. It's, again, minus 1/4 plus 2/3. I'm sorry, I made a mistake in writing. So minus 1/4 equals 2/3 plus 3/8. What I'd recommend to do over here, I'm sorry, I made another mistake copying. I would recommend subtracting 3/8 from both sides. All right? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to rewrite it again. I realize the penmanship wasn't so good there. Minus 1/4 equals 2/3 of an x plus 3/8. I would subtract 3/8 from both sides. What happens here? These cancel off, and you're left off with 2/3 of an x. Now this is where it might get a little complicated, but it's not that bad. Common denominator is 8. I'm going to look at that now and say, if it's 8, I have to multiply the 4 by 2, so it's minus 2, and then it's going to be minus 3. So what do you get there? Minus 5/8 is equal to 2/3 of an x. The next thing I'd recommend to do is to multiply both sides by the reciprocal of the variable's numerical coefficient, which would be multiply both sides by 3 over 2. Let me write that down for you. Minus 5 over 8 times 3 over 2. And I'm going to multiply the other side by 3 over 2. So 3 over 2 times 2/3 of an x. These cancel. 2 goes into 2 one time. 3 goes into 3 one time. And you get x. Over here, what do you get? Well, minus 5 times 3 is minus 15. And 8 times 2 is 16. All right? Again, Sage and me have the same preference, by the way. Write them as a ratio of integer. Thank you.